Okay, quite some stuff today has come out, and I want to talk about a bunch of things in this video. Some of them are 2.2 related and some of them are not. And I would say, as usual, let's just start with the 2.2 things. So, RobTop has been found creating a new list in Geometry Dash 2.2, and in the description it pretty much said, used for testing the reward system. And this goes to confirm that indeed, like I've said in my video about lists, that we are gonna get rewards for completing them. I initially speculated that maybe if you beat the top 5 most hardest demons in the game, you would get like 40 stars or something. So this way, extreme demons could in some way have like more stars as opposed to easier demons. But in here, we can see that they may actually give you 2 types of rewards. And it is speculated that one of them is for keys and the second one is for diamonds. And I personally think that having more keys is actually a really cool idea, because like the only way to get keys right now is by beating the weekly demon, opening these guys, or getting 500 orbs. And I do think that getting more shards, getting more ways to get shards and also keys would be a very fun idea. So I am really excited for that. Now, another thing is that people speculate that because of this, it does mean that RobTop did not send the update for review. And by the way, I just want to mention something here because I see a lot of people misconstruing my videos and what I've said in my videos and putting them on like Discord chats saying, you know, I said that 2.2 is going to come out tomorrow, stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that this is delivered correctly, and it's that RobTop has added this list. However, this is something that is done on the service, so this does not 100% confirm that the update has not been submitted to Google Play. Here we have a explanation. It's possible that RobTop hasn't sent it out. It's also possible that he has. So this is basically a neutral reaction. He could have a test server where he added this feature a while ago and just decided to push it to the servers now. This sentence, I think this is something that would happen occasionally when it comes to adding new server features to Geometry Dash. I would assume many other developers pretty much just do something on a test server, and when it comes to releasing something, they basically push all of the things from the test server to the initial server of the game where the game runs on. So it wasn't a surprise that people were also be able to find these new lists. And yeah, so this basically has no impact on whether RobTop has or has not sent the update, because this is something that he can do outside of the game. And another thing I want to mention is that people have said, why doesn't RobTop not update Geometry Dash to a 2.1 version but without the autoplay or the replay system? So that way the guys that are playing on iOS can get to play the game before 2.2 comes out. However, we've had a bunch of confirmations from RobTop himself that he does not have the code for update 2.1. The only code he has right now is the one for 2.2, and that means that he cannot update the game to a smaller version basically. The only thing he would be able to do is to remove all of the current added features to 2.2 until he ends up in 2.1, and from there on work his way upwards. But he has said that this would take him way longer. And so this way he can pretty much, all we can do is just wait for the update. Now I want to briefly talk about the situation that has been happening recently in the Geometry Dash community. And if any of you guys are on Twitter, you'll probably know already what's going on. If you don't, you can just click off the video. It doesn't really matter. And I just want to share my thoughts about what is real. I don't want to pick a side here because I think me picking a side is going to have a huge effect on how the community is going to react. And I don't want that to happen, but I do have a bunch of things that I do want to mention. And the first thing is that I have seen a lot of people spreading information that is absolutely not correct, specifically about this drama. And I don't want to get in depth about anything. I just want to stay on the surface. So my advice to you guys is to not believe what's going on right now on Twitter, because I've seen so many people like everywhere, literally in the game, on YouTube, in certain things, and also on Twitter. So many people are spreading misinformation and it's ridiculous. So if you are one of them that is spreading misinformation, I would like to ask you to stop, because I have been in a situation before in 2019 where I basically made a level and uploaded to the Geometry Dash servers, and it got a daily and also an epic. And because one guy spread a misinformation that I stole the level, everyone was basically taking that information and spreading it until it reached a moderator, and everybody was talking about that. Now, I know this is something that happened a few years ago, but I think we should still take a look at it to learn what we can do in this scenario. Now, back then, everybody was basically accusing me of stealing levels, even though that level was completely made by myself. I did everything on my own. But just because one guy said I stole the level, now everybody is believing him and basically taking information without any evidence and also without any research, which is something that humans usually do. If there is something really, really negative around somebody, we usually like to just spread that information, usually without doing enough research. And I want to ask you guys to, for now, ignore everything that is going on Twitter, because I've seen a lot of stuff that is very, very wrong and goes into the worst directions ever. And I don't want that person to suffer from things if he was really innocent. And I also don't want him to be seen as innocent in case he was guilty. So from my perspective, I would just wait and see if there's any more information yet to come. And so if you are seeing some of these messages or some of these pictures that are being put online, I want to ask you to basically ignore them. And if you are one of them that is sharing this stuff, please stop, because it must feel really, really bad for someone like that guy. Because I remember in 2019 when everybody was lying about me, I didn't like it because I was really small back then. I had like 2,000 subscribers and I wasn't able to defend myself, which I think is something that is absolutely disgusting. Everyone was basically talking about me, and to this day I still get people who tell me why you steal levels, even though I've never ever stolen any level. But yeah, misinformation gets spread really, really fast, just like wildfire pretty much. But yeah, all we can do about it is stay calm for now. Let's see what is gonna come next, and we can see and learn from our past situations, like the one with the level stealing. You know, I felt really bad back then, and I was really glad that the truth finally came out, and we're gonna have to see how this situation is gonna end up. Like I said, I'm not gonna take any side here because I am not really that informed about what is going on right now. So all I can ask you guys is just to stay neutral for now and see if there's more information to come. So yeah, I do have a bunch of thoughts about the situation in and of itself, but I am probably not gonna mention them on this channel because it would drive to a lot of controversy, and we really don't want that right before the update that we have been waiting for 7 years. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay neutral about this for now. And yeah, I'm gonna thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.